In this video tutorial, I'm going to discuss a little bit about what OneDrive for Business is and the different means of accessing it from your desktop. First, as we concluded from our last tutorial on installation, we now have this OneDrive cloud up here. Our direct access point to OneDrive here on our laptop, but also to this larger piece of component software known as SharePoint. What OneDrive basically is, it's the personal storage aspect of a much larger enterprise software system called SharePoint. It's basically this large web framework as developed by Microsoft, and what it does is it integrates an intranet system with both content management and document management. So to access your OneDrive storage, simply click the cloud up here and then open OneDrive for Business folder. Here you can see you not only can put files in here of different extensions, but also embed folders and create a set of subfolders. And it's important to note that by default, all files that you put into this OneDrive for Business sync client are private. In order to share them with anybody, you have to set that preference on the online piece of OneDrive, which I'll show you right now. Oh, that one exception is that the shared with everyone folder is shared with everyone in your organization, in your domain. But other than that, you have to specify your share preferences online. Alright, so we saw another option here, view files in the browser. Let's go there and see what happens. Most likely you'll see a screen like this when you start. It'll be a little bit different. Mine's customized, but you'll be in this documents subdirectory, and on the left hand side in the quick panel you'll see documents, recent documents shared with me, followed in recycling bin. Basically what this documents library is your OneDrive for Business storage. Everything else that you see and that you can do is part of that larger umbrella package known as SharePoint. So I'm going to restrict anything that I do here and any explanation to just OneDrive components. So basically this is OneDrive. You have all your folders, same folders that you saw over here, just in the cloud. You can do a lot of different things here at the Office 365 portal. Not only is this where you can access your OneDrive stored files, and you can also create new files. If you click the drop down here, you have OneDrive, that's where we are now, but you can also use the online versions of Word, Excel, PowerPoint, and OneNote. And every file that you create of these different extensions and these different programs are saved automatically to this main documents folder. And again, as I mentioned before, there's no security risk, because remember that everything that's created is only accessible by you unless you specify otherwise. Alright, so let's just make a mock file here. Just type something in here. You know what, let's a couple letters. Alright, so say we jump back over to OneDrive. We didn't save anything, if you noticed, but we don't need to, because as you can see, I didn't give it a name, but that document that I just modified a few seconds ago is right here, OneDrive. And interestingly enough, if I go back to my sync client, it's already there. OneDrive on your desktop, here on your Mac, that'll sync almost instantly. Usually it has a crawler that checks every 30 seconds or so, but it's almost instantaneous. So there's actually really no need for this sync button because it syncs everything automatically. But now that we're talking about these headers here, I just showed you how you can go to the different apps and create like a Word document, for example, but you can also do it with Excel and PowerPoint, OneNote. But another way is just to click New, and you can get to it another way. Or in this case, you can also create a folder. As you can see here, I have a few custom folders. They're not named anything extravagant, but they're just test folders, but they have different things in them. You also have upload. So there's two ways to upload onto OneDrive. Or actually, if you want to get specific, there's three ways. You can drag something from the Finder here and just drag it right there and drop it, or you can hit upload and it'll open up the Finder for you, and just click what you want and open it. But also, since we have this sync line here, we can just drag things in there and it'll sync right up to our online cloud drive here, our OneDrive on the cloud. So there's 3 ways to upload files. Just as many ways to upload files, there's also the same amount of ways to delete files. Obviously you can come in here and check something, and once it's selected, manage, delete, or click here on the options, but the dots here, go down, expand, delete. So you can delete things pretty easily. Everything's draggable here. I can drag this into a folder. If I go into that folder, you can see here it's in there. But actually, counterintuitively, you can't drag anything out of a folder. And there's a reason for that, and it's because this is usually how you would explore your documents and set the hierarchy and make adjustments with Explorer, but it's only compatible with the Windows operating system and Internet Explorer, the Internet Explorer browser. So it is a little frustrating, but if you recall, everything that's in here is also in here, and there's no limit to what you can do as far as moving things in here, and it'll sync right up in the cloud. So it's a little annoying, but it won't stop you, and it's not counterproductive whatsoever. Alright, so we also have, you might have noticed there's a share here, a share up here. You can share right here. There's several ways that you can share something with somebody. Say this, social media analytics. I want to share it with somebody. I just click here, and you have several ways to do this. You can invite people by name. So it'll pop up with a get a link, and what you can do is you can create a link directly, a URL that's linked directly to this page and this document within this page, and send it to somebody through email. A good way to send an invitation out massively. And then of course you have the view only option, similar to, or the same as read only. Then you have your edit, and then you can also see the current status of your sharing. So what if someone shares something with you? How do you know, and how can you access it? Well, first, to know, you have to check out the other tutorial on managing alerts. That'll show you how to set up your alerts so you can be notified that something was shared with you or something was modified. So basically, to see shared documents between you and somebody else that were created by somebody else, you just hit the shared with me. And as you can see here, I shared things with myself just to put them in this folder, but also, as you can see, Vicky had shared a few folders with me, and all that's here, and I can modify that as long as I have edit permissions. I can go in there and change things. So that it's important to note, because if you share something with someone and you just want them to see it, but you don't want them to be able to edit it, make sure you specify that when the sharing window that they can only view, or as I showed you with the link option, create a link and email it to them, but not an edit version. That basically covers the basic usage. There's also a menu navigation toolbar up here that does just about everything that I kind of showed you that you can do dynamically down here, with a few additional more advanced changes. But so we won't worry about that for now. You can create documents this way too. I already showed you multiple ways to do that. But really, the point is that everything that you need for OneDrive is here. In the following tutorials, I'll show you, as I mentioned before, how to set up alerts and a few other advanced features, such as you notice, I have these links up here that could take me to some of my other libraries.